Hello everyone and welcome to Arts Cast and Everything in Between. I am your host, Eileen, aka Eileen Little Crafter. So today's episode is about TV and anime update. I have a few things that I would like to announce about the TV. And I just found out that Forever on ABC, my number 2 pick, has been cancelled. So sad. And also my number 6, Constantine, is canceled. Now, the Forever was about the guy that lived forever, and man, that was just basically last week, so I just won't get into too much detail, but they did leave it in a good spot where the bad guy has been put into a forever coma. He can never die, but he was put in a coma, and then they are going to tell, looks like they're going to tell the other main character, the female character, that he lives forever. So let's see. I'm sad. We can't see it. Like, And Constantine, basically the guy that fights demons in order to save his soul to get into heaven after being a suicide. Cancelled. And that was on NBC. Again, Lip Sync Battle is coming back, so that's pretty cool. Another show that I basically forgot to mention that I really enjoyed, which I was super excited to find out, was Marvel's Agent of Carter. Basically, it's about Peggy Carter, who was Steve Rogers' girlfriend, aka Captain America, how she has to cope with the loss of her boyfriend, her love, and the Howling Commandos come in and out of the story as well. And about the time after the war, how women were basically given a good role, and then afterwards they were given, seen as less important. So that's a pretty interesting look and development. So I kind of like that, and I'm looking forward to that. So I'm gonna get into anime. I also do have some honorary mentions of shows that I'm thinking about getting back into, but I'll get back into that at the last piece of the segment, and some special announcements I have. Okay, so let's see. Looking down my list, Gunslinger Stratos is basically about a game that they have to play in order to two worlds, basically two different dimensions, basically are tricked into playing this game. It turns out that they were tricked into playing this game in order to supposedly save themselves, but it doesn't work out that way. And I gotta be honest, I stopped watching it after, I think it was episode 9, because it was kind of boring, and it's a typical plot. The plot was the plot is slow, and it's consistent in its showing, so every week there's a new episode. So I don't know if I'm gonna continue to watch it. I think I am. So that is my take on it. Plastic Memories. Basically, it's about the human and the androids that work in the agency together. I forgot what the name of the robots were called, and they are given a bought from humans, but they need to be taken back because they no longer work properly afterwards. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of liked it, but then I don't know, right in the middle of episode 2, I said, I can't finish watching this. So I'm 60 or 70% sure that I won't. But if I do, I'll let you know any more of my thoughts on that. Triage. Okay, well, actually, let me backtrack. Rincon is basically the horror comedy anime about a girl, high school girl that can see these ghosts, and she makes friends along the way, and I'm not even gonna get into it. I just found it stupid. I don't know. I couldn't get through it. And I think it was the second or third episode, and I think by the third episode, I said, that's it. I can't watch anymore. It wasn't my cup of tea, so I'm definitely not going to be finishing watching that one. And I'm really disappointed on that. Triage X ended. Basically, it's about these guys that their lives have been affected through crime or crimes against them, and they work with this doctor that basically sees these criminals as tumors against the city, so they put them as black labels. So the operation is basically to eliminate them. And at the end of the last episode, the main character seems to have a awakening of reasserting himself to putting himself in control, and is willing to fight the bad guys, and just more assertive on himself and his abilities. But the problem is, I don't know if they're going to be having a season 2, so no information on that. And I think, let's see, The Fruit of Garcia, I forgot what episode I stopped watching it at, and basically it's the story of the guy, of the main character, and he is the fixer of I think it's like the 4 girls from season 1, and they are in the middle of reading his memoirs, and basically he's telling the story to his head commander of his life, but most of the story has been told, so it's like, that's kind of redundant. And I kind of just want to hurry up and find out what happened to his sister, because apparently his sister is alive. So, and I think you can see that. Okay, so most of them I think you can see either on Hulu or on Crunchyroll. I'll put a list on my blog, which is EileenTheLittleCrofter.com, so you guys can figure out, where you want to watch that. Sephiroth of the End, Vampire Rain, was another slow anime, but not slow in the sense of when it was show. I don't know if that's typical of Funimation now, because I have another show on my list that's doing the same thing to me. Actually, 3 shows that are doing that to me. Anyway, sorry about that. Basically, this one is about the guy that was abandoned by his parents, and one of them even tried to kill him because they said that he was a demon, and he goes into this orphanage, didn't want to be a part of family, but then when the vampires take over, or a vampire virus takes over, and anybody under a certain age was turned into a vampire, the vampires came in and then took all the children and made them basically livestock. They just used them for their blood. They weren't very kind to them. The living conditions didn't look very good, and they seemed very cruel. And it turns out, according to them, they were saying that the humans are the bad guys. Now, when one of the main characters escapes them, he thought that all of his family was killed, but it turns out that the family not all of them were killed. One of them was turned into a vampire, and he wants to save his family member, and he still insists that the humans are the baddies. So that's pretty interesting. They don't really get into it. It turns out also that one vampire is being helped or helping the humans. So, but you don't see who is helping who the vampire is helping, who's in league with who. You don't see that in terms of that. Because the human just leaves. And the two main characters do meet up, and you do see the demon that comes out of the Yusuf is his name. Yusuf. You see the demon, and he basically is not good. That demon, he basically tries to kill not only the humans, but he tried to kill the vampires. Well, actually, yeah. I should have said it vice versa. He tries to kill the vampires and the humans, which, is cray-cray. And says that they're all sinners. And they are ending the season. It's going to be back up 10/2015. The last episode does give you that information. Now, the next episode is the next anime is another Funimation. Also can be seen on Hulu. Blood Blockade Battlefield. Basically, it's about how New York gets destroyed, turns into Salem's or Halem's Lot. A haven for humans and demons and creatures from other outer worlds or anything. Pretty much goes there. And the baddie, basically, who tried to destroy it the first time around, is up to no good again. And Leo, the main character, is basically taken hostage, and his all-seeing eyes are being used for evil. And that's where they pretty much left it at, as the world is around everybody being collapsed. So I'm really hoping that a season 2 is. I don't know if any more episodes are coming about, but I will definitely keep you in the loop. And the slowest but good show around is, and I still cannot get over the Major. Don't like the way they drew her. Ghost in the Shell. Great episodes, except for the Major. Everything else is drawn nicely. Yeah. And slow as heck in terms of putting out episodes, which it sucks because it just doesn't work. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah. So my honorable mentions of shows that I want to put back on my list of viewing is probably Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Lost Girl. So, yeah. It's coming on. It lost me in season 3, Marvel's, which is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. ABC. It lost me in season 2. Hoping to re-pick that up soon. And then Lost Girl, which is ending at season 5 and lost me at season 3. So, anyway, guys, so that's basically it. I do want to say a happy Father's Day. Thank you to my husband for being such an amazing dad to our son. And just really grateful that we can work together as a team. And he really is so great with Desi, and it's really nice to watch him be a great dad. And also congratulations to Des, who basically won 2 awards. Most improved in language arts, math. He graduated yesterday. And congratulations to everybody that graduated this year. So congrats to 2015 graduates. Alrighty, guys, that's basically it for this week's show. And I hope that you have a wonderful day or evening. So I'll catch you next week. Bye for now.